Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're into coins, collectibles, or just love discovering hidden treasures in your pocket change, you're in the right place. Because today, we're diving deep into one of the most underrated and fascinating coins in American history, the 1976 1-cent Liberty Lincoln penny. Now wait a minute, you're probably thinking, it's just a penny, right? Wrong. This small copper coin could actually be worth more than 70 times its face value. That's right, some versions of the 1976 Lincoln penny are now selling for as much as 70 cents or even more, depending on their condition, rarity, and mint mark. So buckle up, coin lovers, history buffs, and treasure hunters, because we're going to explore the full story, history, market trends, hidden errors, and collector value behind the 1976 Lincoln cent. And by the end of this video, you might just want to dig through your coin jar to find one. Let's get started. Section 1. The history behind the coin. To understand why the 1976 Lincoln penny is special, we first need to go back in time, way back to 1909, when the Lincoln cent was first introduced. It was designed to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, making it the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. The obverse, or front side, features a right-facing portrait of Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, whose initials you might spot as VDB near the rim on some versions of the coin. Now fast forward to 1976, the year America was celebrating its bicentennial 200 years of independence. While quarters, half dollars, and dollars were issued with special bicentennial designs featuring revolutionary themes, the humble penny remained unchanged. But here's the catch: even though the design didn't change, 1976 was still a pivotal year for the Lincoln penny. That year, the mint produced millions of these coins with a unique blend of metal and subtle variations **** that would later become hot topics in the collector world. Section 2. Composition and mint marks. Let's talk about the metal content first. The 1976 Lincoln penny was made from 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing 3.11 grams. That copper content alone makes it more valuable than a modern post-1982 penny, which is mostly zinc with a thin copper coating. So yes, even just for its metal value, a 1976 penny is worth more than 1 cent. Now let's look at mint marks. These are the little letters you see just under the date on the coin. In 1976, Lincoln pennies were struck at 3 U.S. mints. Philadelphia Mint, no mint marked. Denver Mint marked with a small D. San Francisco Mint marked with an S. Mostly proof coins. Philadelphia produced over 4.5 billion pennies that year, Denver produced over 4.2 billion, and San Francisco made about 4 million proof coins. That's a big difference. And it means S-mint proof coins are much rarer. So if you happen to have a 1976 penny with an S-mint mark and it's in shiny proof condition, you're looking at a more valuable coin already. Section 3. How much is a 1976 Lincoln penny worth? Alright. Now for the part you've all been waiting for. How much is your 1976 penny worth today? In circulated condition, most 1976 pennies, especially from Philadelphia or Denver, are still common. But even then, they can sell for 2 to 3 cents just because of the copper content. However, uncirculated coins, especially those with brilliant luster and no scratches, can be worth much more. Here are the current values on the collector's market. 1976 Philadelphia penny, no mint mark, circulated, 2 to 3 cents. Uncirculated, MS 65 or higher, 30 to 70 cents. 1976 Denver penny, circulated, 2 to 3 cents. Uncirculated, 30 to 70 cents. 1976 S proof penny in pristine proof condition, up to $1.50 or more. So yes, that old penny you have in your drawer, if it's been well preserved, it could be worth 70 cents or more. And that's no joke. Some collectors pay even more for pennies graded MS 67 and above, which are extremely hard to find. Section 4. Rare varieties and errors, hidden treasures. Now let's spice things up and talk about rare errors and varieties that could make your 1976 penny worth even more, and I mean hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Some 1976 pennies show doubling in the lettering, especially Liberty or the date. These double die coins are super collectible and can fetch $50 to $300 or more, depending on the severity and condition. If your penny wasn't struck squarely on the blank, it may be off-center. The more off-center and the more visible Lincoln's face, the more valuable it is. Some sell for $20 to $100 or more. This one's fun. A die break between the B and E in Liberty forms what looks like the letter I, creating the word BIE. It's a known error type among Lincoln cent collectors and can add $5 to $30 in value. If your penny looks like someone took a bite out of it, it might have a clipped planchet, a legit mint error that's rare and valuable. Prices vary from $10 to $50 plus. If you suspect you have one of these error coins, it's worth getting it graded or at least checked by a professional coin dealer. Section 5. Market trends. Why the value is growing. So why is the 1976 penny becoming more valuable? Here are some reasons. Copper prices are rising, and since these pennies are 95% copper, they're becoming more sought after. Coin collectors are growing, especially online. More people are discovering numismatics as a hobby, increasing demand for even common coins in high grades. Bicentennial year 1976 is a key year in U.S. history, so coins from this year often carry extra historical appeal. Graded coins are scarce. Very few 1976 pennies survive in near perfect condition, and those that do are seeing steady price increases. Section 6. What to look for. Tips for identifying a valuable penny. Here's what you should do. Check the date, 1976 ***. Look for a mint mark D, S or none. Examine the condition. No scratches, strong shine, minimal wear. Use a magnifying glass to check for doubling in letters or date cracks, clips, or odd shapes. BIE and LIBRTY. Weigh the coin. It should be around 3.11 grams. If it checks out and you think it's valuable, consider sending it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC for certification. This can significantly raise its value on the market. So there you have it, the full story behind the 1976 1-cent Liberty Lincoln penny. A coin that may look ordinary at first glance, but under the right conditions, could be worth a lot more than face value, even up to 70 cents or more. And if you're lucky enough to find an era coin or one in mint condition, you could be holding a true piece of American history worth big money. So next time you get change, don't overlook those pennies. One of them might just make your day. If you enjoyed this deep dive into coin history and value, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. Let me know in the comments, have you found a 1976 Lincoln penny? Do you have any rare coins in your collection? Thanks for watching, and as always, happy collecting and God bless you in every matter. Second, history of Liberty Lincoln is 1979. Great coin collectors and treasure hunters, today, we're diving into the fascinating world of a tiny coin that might be hiding a big secret, the 1979 Lincoln 1-cent Liberty penny from the United States. Did you know this little copper coin, which you might find in your change jar, could be worth hundreds of dollars or even $701 or more? Yes, you heard that right. What looks like just another penny might actually be a small fortune in your pocket. Stick around, because in this video, we'll uncover the hidden history, the valuable varieties, how to spot a rare one, and exactly why this coin could be worth hundreds of times its face value today. The 1979 1-cent coin, often called the Lincoln penny, features the familiar face of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. This design, created by Victor David Brenner, has been in circulation since 1909, making it one of the longest-running coin designs in U.S. history. On the obverse, you'll see Liberty to the left of Lincoln, the date 1979 on the right, and the classic motto "I in God We Trust" above his head. The reverse, at the time, still featured the Lincoln Memorial, a powerful image introduced in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. But not all 1979 pennies are created equal. Some have minting errors, rare variations, or are struck from valuable metals, and those are the coins collectors will pay big money for. Now let's talk mint marks. In 1979, Lincoln cents were minted in 3 main locations. No mint mark means it was minted in Philadelphia. D. Mint mark means Denver. S. Mint mark means San Francisco. The 1979 Lincoln penny had high mintage numbers overall. Philadelphia, over 6.2 billion coins. Denver, over 4.1 billion coins. San Francisco, around 3.6 million. But these were mostly proof coins. With billions minted, it might seem like this coin is common and not valuable. But here's the twist. Within that massive number, there are rare errors, special strikes, and condition rarities that make some 1979 pennies incredibly desirable to collectors. Let's talk about the real money makers, error coins and rare varieties. These are the key to turning your 1-cent coin into a coin worth hundreds of dollars. A double die error happens when the coin is struck by a misaligned die, creating a doubling effect on the date, lettering, or design. If you find a 1979 penny with doubled letters in Liberty, or I in God We Trust, you could have a rare DDO error. Some coins were struck off-center, meaning the design isn't aligned properly. The more dramatic the off-center strike, the higher the value. A 50% off-center 1979 penny can fetch over $150 or more, depending on its condition. These coins are struck without a retaining collar, causing the edges to expand. They look stretched or flattened, and some have sold for $50 to $200, a coin that has a curved or straight section missing from its edge. These occur during the blank cutting process and can be worth $40 to $150 or more, especially if the coin is in excellent shape. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint are typically made with extreme detail and shine. But if a proof coin has an error like a missing mint mark or frosted cameo mistake, its value skyrockets. The condition of your 1979 penny plays a huge role in its value. Coins are graded on a 70-point scale. Circulated coins with wear might only be worth face value unless they have an error. Uncirculated mint state coins, graded MS65 or higher, can sell for $5 to $15. Coins graded MS67 or MS68 with brilliant luster and no blemishes can bring in $100 to $300. Add in an error or rare variety. That's where we start seeing prices jump to $500 or even $701 or more at auction. A 1979 Lincoln penny graded MS67 plus RD red designation with a strong strike and no visible flaws has been known to reach $700 or more in private sales or auction houses like Heritage Auctions. Why are people paying so much? So why would anyone pay hundreds of dollars for a penny? Simple: rarity, condition, and collector demand. Many collectors are trying to build complete sets of Lincoln pennies, including every date, every mint mark, and every variety. That includes rare errors and pristine examples. Plus, as time goes on, high-quality examples become harder to find. Most pennies are spent, lost, or damaged. So when a perfect one surfaces, especially with a rare error, collectors are willing to pay top dollar to add it to their collection. And let's not forget the emotional and historical value of coins. They are tiny pieces of history, tied to a specific moment in time, carrying the legacy of a president who changed America forever. So what's the current market value of the 1979 Lincoln penny? Here's a quick breakdown. Circulated: common 1 cent to 10 cents. Uncirculated MS65 $5 to $15. MS67 RD $80 to $150. Rare errors $50 to $500. Top grade or certified rare errors $701 or more. $701 has been recorded for a high-grade 1979 penny with a major error and brilliant red luster. These sales usually happen in auctions or through professional grading services like PCGS and NGC. What you should look for if you want to find a valuable 1979 penny: here's what to look for. Bright, red luster with no scratches, doubled lettering or numbers, off-center designs, clean strike with sharp details. Uncirculated condition: look for coins with no wear check under magnification or with a loop also. Always keep an eye out for mint marks, especially D and S, and consider sending your best finds to be graded professionally. Even spending a little to get your coin certified can bring massive returns. There you have it. The 1979 1-cent Liberty Lincoln penny might seem ordinary, but hidden treasures are out there. One error, one rare strike, or one mint state gem could put hundreds of dollars into your pocket. So the next time you get change, don't overlook the pennies. One of them could be worth a fortune. Are you already checking your piggy bank? If you found this video helpful or interesting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you never miss a coin update. Leave a comment below if you have a rare 1979 penny or any coin stories to share. Thanks for watching, and remember, your next great find could be just 1 penny away. Third History of Liberty Lincoln IS 1981 DIN 8 Chapters: Coin Collectors, Treasure Hunters, and Curious Minds. Welcome back to the channel where we uncover the hidden value in the pocket change you never thought twice about. Today's video is going to blow your mind. We're diving deep into the story of a humble little coin, the 1981 Lincoln cent, a penny that some people walk past every day, but others have sold for hundreds of dollars. Yes, you heard that right, this 1-cent coin has been sold in the collector market for as much as $699.00. So, how does a small copper coin from Denver become a big deal in the numismatic world? Why is this specific 1981 Lincoln penny so valuable, and what secrets does it hold? Let's find out together. Stick with me, because if you have one of these in your collection or piggy bank, you might be holding on to a tiny treasure worth a fortune. Chapter number 1. The legacy of the Lincoln penny. To understand the value of the 1981 penny, we need to go back in time, way back to 1909. That's when the Lincoln cent was first introduced, replacing the Indian head penny. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent became the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, President Abraham Lincoln. It was released on the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth and instantly became a staple of American currency. Over the decades, this coin went through many subtle changes, some intentional, others accidental. These changes are exactly what collectors look for. Errors, varieties, mint marks, and historical context all play a role in turning a simple coin into a valuable collector's item. Chapter number 2. The 1981 Lincoln penny. A closer look now. Fast forward to 1981. The D on the coin stands for the Denver Mint, one of the major U.S. mint facilities alongside Philadelphia and San Francisco. In that year, the Denver Mint produced 5.3 billion Lincoln cents. That's a huge number, so you might think there's nothing rare about it. But here's the twist. 1981 was the last full year the Lincoln cent was made entirely of 95% copper and 5% zinc. The very next year, in 1982, the U.S. Mint transitioned to copper-plated zinc coins due to rising copper prices. This makes 1981 pennies, especially those in pristine condition, the last of an era. That historical shift alone adds interest and value to the 1981 penny. Chapter number 3. Why is it worth up to $699.00? Let's talk money. How can a coin with a face value of 1 cent reach a market price of nearly $700? Well, it's all about grade, condition, and demand. In coin collecting, condition is everything. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, known as the Sheldon scale. A coin graded MS65 mint state 65 or higher is considered near perfect, sharp details, no wear, no blemishes, and a strong, beautiful strike from the mint. Most circulated pennies never come close to this level. But when collectors find a 1981 penny in mint state 67 or higher, especially if it's been certified by a major grading service like PCGS or NGC, the price skyrockets. That's where the $699 value comes in. These are investment-grade coins, rare, beautiful, and historically significant. Only a few hundred may exist at that high grade out of billions minted. Chapter number 4. Rare varieties and errors that add more value. Now, what if your 1981 penny also has a mint error or a rare die variety? That's when things get even more exciting. Collectors pay top dollar for unusual varieties like double die obverse DDO, where the date or lettering appears slightly doubled. Off-center strikes, where the design is visibly off the coin's center. Clipped planchets, where a chunk of the coin is missing due to a miscut blank. Repunched mint mark RPM, where the D mint mark is stamped more than once and shows a shadow effect. These errors can raise the value significantly. Sometimes a 1981 Lincoln penny with the right error and grade can be worth even more than $699.00. Chapter number 5. How to identify a valuable 1981 penny. So, how do you know if your 1981 penny is worth more than just a cent? Here's what to look for. 1. Luster and color. Original red copper color, often labeled as RD, is more valuable than brown or toned coins. 2. Strike quality. Crisp and clean details on Lincoln's coat, beard, and the lettering. 3. No contact marks, scratches, nicks, or smudges can reduce value. 4. Certification. Has it been graded by PCGS or NGC? Certified coins fetch higher prices. Chapter number 6. What are they selling for right now? Let's get to the current market. As of this video, Top grade 1981D Lincoln pennies certified as MS67RD have been auctioned for around $699 and some even higher depending on demand. Online platforms like eBay, Heritage Auctions, and Great Collections frequently list these coins, and bidding wars can drive prices even further. Even ungraded examples in excellent condition can go for $5 to $50 or more, depending on the eye appeal and potential to grade high. Chapter number 7. Tips for collectors and beginners. If you're a collector or just starting out, don't overlook the pennies in your change jar. Here's what you can do. Use a magnifying glass to inspect your coins. Sort and organize by date and mint mark. Set aside any shiny 1981 DS for closer inspection or professional grading. Visit coin shows, online marketplaces, and collector forums to learn from others. Consider submitting your best coins for professional grading if you think they're high quality. Chapter number 8. Is it worth collecting? Absolutely. The 1981D Lincoln penny is a perfect blend of historical importance, collectability, and potential financial reward. It's the last copper coin of its kind, struck before a major change in U.S. coinage history. And in top condition, it's worth hundreds of dollars. Not bad for something most people leave on the sidewalk. So next time you see a penny, don't ignore it. Flip it over, check the date, and look for that little D mint mark. You might just be holding a $699 treasure. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more coin collecting videos, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another money-making coin story. Have you found a rare penny in your collection? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep checking your change, because you never know when you'll strike copper gold. Fourth, History of Liberty Lincoln IS 1987 DIN 5 segments. Again, back to the channel where coins aren't just pocket change, they're treasure. Now, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of Lincoln cents, specifically the 1987 D1 cent Liberty penny from the United States. You might be surprised to know that this small copper-plated coin, which you probably passed over without a second thought, could be worth up to $697, or even more. Stick around, because this episode is going to uncover the story, secrets, and stunning value of the 1987 D penny. You do not want to miss this. Segment 1. The origins of the 1987 D penny. Let's begin with a bit of history. The Lincoln cent is one of the most iconic coins in American history. First minted in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, this coin has been in continuous production ever since. That makes it one of the longest-running coin series in the world. Now fast forward to 1987. The coin we're talking about today, the 1987 D Lincoln cent, was minted at the Denver Mint, which is what the D stands for. That year, the U.S. Mint produced over 4.4 billion of these pennies. Yes, you heard that right, billions. So, what makes this common-looking coin so special? Why are some of them fetching hundreds of dollars on the collector's market? Segment 2. Composition and design. The 1987 D penny features the classic design by Victor David Brenner. On the obverse, or front, you have the portrait of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. Above Lincoln's head is the word Liberty, and the motto, "In God We Trust." The date 1987 sits to the right, followed by the small but very important D mint mark. Flip it over and you'll find the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side, a design that was used from 1959 until 2008. And if you look really closely between the columns of the memorial, you can even spot a tiny statue of Lincoln seated inside. How cool is that? As for the composition, the 1987 D penny is made of 97.5% zinc and just 2.5% copper plating. That's because, starting in 1982, the U.S. Mint shifted away from solid copper pennies due to the rising cost of copper. So even though it has that familiar copper color, it's mostly zinc underneath. Segment 3. Why is it worth money? So, with billions of these coins out there and a zinc core, what on earth makes a 1987 D penny worth $697? Well, there are a few key reasons. Let's break them down. Most 1987 D pennies have been circulated. They've been in pockets, jars, vending machines, you name it. That means they've picked up scratches, nicks, and wear. But if you happen to have a 1987 D penny in mint state, or even better, graded MS-67 or MS-68 by a professional service like PCGS or NGC, then you're holding a valuable piece. Why? Because high-grade examples are extremely rare. Another reason these coins can be valuable is due to minting errors. Double die obverse, off-center strikes, repunched mint marks, these are mistakes made at the mint that make a coin unique. And in the collector world, unique equals valuable. Some error varieties of the 1987 D penny have sold for hundreds of dollars at auction. Collectors are always hunting for Lincoln cents in top condition. And because of the massive number of casual collectors, there's high competition for pristine 1987 D coins. When demand meets rarity, the prices go up. Segment 4. Real sales and market value. You may be asking, how real is the $697 value? Is that just a number or does it actually sell? Let's talk numbers. According to recent sales, a 1987 D penny graded MS-68 read by PCGS sold for $697 at auction. Even MS-67 red examples have fetched prices between $50 and $150. Error coins, especially double dies and off-center strikes, can range anywhere from $100 to $500 depending on their severity. And I appealed. In circulated condition, most 1987 D pennies are only worth face value 1 cent. But if you've got one in a brilliant, uncirculated state, or with a verified error, you're looking at serious cash. Segment 5. How to check if your coin is valuable. Here's what you can do right now to check if your 1987 D penny is worth something. 1. Inspect the condition. If it still shines bright and has no wear, it might be mint state. 2. Use a magnifying glass. Check for doubling, off-centers, or other unusual features. 3. Look for red designation. Coins that maintain their original reddish copper tone fetch the highest values. 4. Get it graded. If you think you have a rare or high-grade coin, send it to PCGS or NGC for professional certification. And remember, you can always compare it to recently sold listings on platforms like eBay, Heritage Auctions, or GreatCollections.so. The next time you're going through your change, don't overlook those old Lincoln pennies. That little 1987 D coin sitting in your drawer might be more than just a cent. It could be a hidden gem worth hundreds of dollars. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a curious beginner, keep your eyes peeled. 1 coin. 1 cent. One story that could change your wallet forever. If you found this video helpful or exciting, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a valuable coin tip again. Drop a comment below if you have a 1987 D penny or any other coin you want us to look into. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy collecting. Subscribe for more coin values and rare finds. Contact us with your coin stories. You never know what's in your pocket. 5th History of Liberty Lincoln IS 1990 D in 5 parts. Coin lovers, collectors, treasure hunters, and everyone curious about turning pocket change into big bucks. Now we're diving deep into a little copper-colored treasure that could be sitting in your drawer right now. We're talking about the 1990 D 1 cent Liberty Lincoln penny, a coin that's not just a piece of change. It could be worth hundreds of dollars if you've got the right one. Grab your coin jar and keep watching, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, the secrets behind this special penny, and how to tell if your coin is one of the rare and valuable gems worth up to $695 or more. Part 1. Historical background. Let's rewind the clock to 1990. In the heart of Denver, the U.S. Mint was producing millions, yes, millions of Lincoln pennies. These coins bear the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln, facing right, with the word Liberty to the left and the year 1990 stamped boldly to the right. Now, the Lincoln cent, also called the Lincoln Memorial Cent, had been in circulation since 1959, replacing the famous wheat penny design. In 1990, the U.S. Mint was still making these from a composition of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating, having shifted away from full copper back in 1982. The 1990 D penny is easy to identify with the D mint mark just below the year, indicating it was struck at the Denver Mint. But here's where things get interesting. Part 2. Why this coin is special. You might be wondering, how can a coin that looks like every other Lincoln penny be worth $695 or more? Well, the answer lies in rarities, errors, and conditions. While over 4.9 billion 1990 pennies were struck, only a tiny percentage are in high-grade, uncirculated condition. And an even smaller number may contain rare minting errors or variations that boost their value dramatically. Collectors pay big money for these rare versions, especially if the coin is in pristine condition with no scratches or marks, struck perfectly with sharp detail and full luster, graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. In fact, one 1990 Lincoln penny in mint state 67 red MS67RD sold for $695 at auction. That's right, nearly $700 for a single cent, and that's not even the highest it could go. If someone discovers a 1990 penny in even better condition, or with a rare die error like a double die, off-center strike, or missing mint mark, it could be worth well over $1,000. Part 3: How to identify a valuable 1990 penny. So how do you know if you've struck gold or copper? In this case, here's what to check. Step 1. Check the date and mint mark. Make sure your penny says 1990 and has the D mint mark below the date. Step 2. Look for red luster. Collectors love red pennies, coins that retain their original red luster, untouched by circulation or oxidation. Step 3. Look closely for errors. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to examine your coin. Look for things like doubling weak or missing letters, or a missing mint mark. Fun fact: the 1990 NOS proof penny from the San Francisco Mint is another rare find, but even in circulation, 1990 DS with errors can be extremely valuable. Step 4. Get it graded. If your coin looks flawless or has a possible error, consider sending it to PCGS or NGC for grading. Coins in MS66 or MS67 can command hundreds of dollars. Part 4: Market value today. Let's talk numbers. As of today, the 1990 Lincoln penny in uncirculated condition MS67RD has sold for $695 on auction platforms like eBay, Heritage Auctions, and Great Collections. Other common conditions include: circulated condition, worth face value 1 cent, unless there's an error. Mint state 65 MS65, typically worth $10 to $30. Mint state 67 red MS67RD up to $695 or more. Rare errors, double die, off-center, etc. These can bring in $100 to over $1,000 depending on severity and demand, but prices fluctuate. Coins are hot collectibles, and market demand can push values higher, especially if interest grows in error coins and pristine condition finds. Part 5: Final thoughts and collector tips. So, should you go digging through your piggy bank? Absolutely. The 1990 Lincoln penny may not seem like much, but in the right condition or with the right error, it's a hidden treasure that could turn into hundreds of dollars, maybe even more. Remember, always check your change, store valuable coins in protective holders, use a loupe to spot small details, keep learning about mint marks, grades, and values, and most importantly, keep collecting. You never know when your next ordinary coin could be extraordinary. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on rare coin discoveries and price updates. Have you ever found a valuable penny in your change? Drop a comment below. I love reading your coin stories. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep those eyes on your pennies, because sometimes 1 cent can make you rich. Stay curious. Stay collecting. See you in the next video. 6th History of Liberty Lincoln IS 2001D. Dears, coin lovers and treasure hunters, in the last history, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 2001D 1-cent Liberty Lincoln penny from the United States. Believe it or not, this tiny copper-colored coin that you may have sitting in your change jar or tucked away in an old drawer could actually be worth a lot more than just 1 cent. We're talking about a market value of up to $690. Yes, you've heard that right, $690 for a single penny. Stick around, because we're uncovering the history, key features, rare errors, collector demand, and exactly what makes this coin potentially so valuable. Section 1. The story behind the penny. Let's begin with the origins of the Lincoln penny itself. First introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, this was the first U.S. coin to feature the face of a real person. Over the decades, the Lincoln cent has undergone several design changes, but the front or obverse still proudly bears the portrait of the 16th president. Fast forward to the year 2001. America was just entering a new millennium. Technology was booming, the world was changing, and so were coins. That year, the Denver Mint struck hundreds of millions of Lincoln pennies. The 2001 D version, the D standing for Denver, was part of that enormous batch. But despite the high mintage, certain examples of this coin have become incredibly sought after by collectors due to their condition, rare errors, and unique characteristics. Section 2. Key features of the 2001 D Lincoln penny. Let's talk about what you'll see when you look at this coin. On the obverse side, you'll see a right-facing bust of Abraham Lincoln. Above him is the word liberty. To the left, the phrase "I in God we trust" runs across the top rim. On the right side is the year 2001 with a small D mint mark just below it, indicating it was struck in Denver, Colorado. Turn the coin over and you'll find the reverse side featuring the image of the Lincoln Memorial, a powerful symbol of American democracy and history. Above the memorial is United States of America and the famous motto "E pluribus unum," which means out of many, one. And right below the memorial, the denomination is clearly marked, 1 cent. Now, while most 2001 D pennies are worth just face value, some rare and special examples can be worth hundreds of dollars, even up to $690 depending on their condition, rarity, and minting errors. Section 3. Why some 2001 D pennies are worth up to $690? You're probably asking, what makes one of these common-looking pennies worth hundreds of dollars? Here's what sets them apart. First, mint errors. Coins with double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or repunched mint marks are highly prized. A double die error happens when the coin's design is struck twice with slight misalignment, creating a noticeable doubling effect in letters or numbers. If you find a 2001 D penny with a clearly visible double die, especially on the date or lettering, it could easily be worth a small fortune. Second, high-grade condition. Most coins that go into circulation get scratched, nicked, or worn down. But if you have a mint state MS coin, especially one graded MS 67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, then you're talking about a serious increase in value. Some collectors will pay hundreds for a pristine, well-struck example. Third, low population coins. Even though millions of 2001 D pennies were made, very few survive in perfect or near-perfect condition. That's what makes them rare. In numismatics, rarity isn't just about how many were made, it's about how many high-quality examples still exist. Section 4. Real sales and market value. Let's talk real numbers. According to recent auction records and coin collector marketplaces, a 2001 D penny graded MS 67 red has sold for as much as $690. These high-grade coins are often found in uncirculated rolls or coin sets that were never handled. In lower grades, such as MS 63 or MS 64, the coin may be worth anywhere from $5 to $30, depending on eye appeal and color. Even circulated examples with rare errors can fetch $50 to $150 or more. If you're holding onto one with an off-center strike or a double date, don't spend it. You could be holding a hidden treasure. Section 5. How to check if you have a rare one. Here's how you can check if your 2001 D Lincoln penny is valuable. 1. Look at the condition. Is it shiny and free of scratches? That's a great sign. Point 2. Use a magnifying glass to inspect the details. Look closely at the date, the lettering, and the mint mark. Doubling or distortion could mean it's a double die. Point 3. Weigh the coin. A standard copper-plated zinc penny should weigh about 2.5 grams. Anything heavier or lighter could be an error coin struck on the wrong planchet. Point 4. Compare with known errors. Look up photos online of known error types for the 2001 D penny. If yours matches any of them, you may have something special. Point 5. Send it to be graded. If you think your coin is in excellent condition or has a rare error, submit it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading and authentication. That way, you'll know exactly what it's worth. The 2001 D 1-cent Liberty Lincoln penny might seem ordinary at first glance, but in the world of coin collecting, it proves that even the smallest things can carry great value literally and historically. It represents not just American currency, but American heritage. And for collectors, It holds the excitement of discovery, the possibility of finding treasure in the most unexpected places, even your pocket change. So before you spend that penny or toss it in a jar, take a second look. It might just be your next great find and maybe even worth $690 or more. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell for more videos on rare coins, hidden treasures, and unbelievable stories from the world of numismatics. And hey, let us know in the comments if you have a 2001 penny in your collection. We'd love to hear your story. Until next time, keep collecting, keep searching, and who knows, the next penny you find could change your life. Watch more coin videos right here, subscribe for weekly uploads, comment below your rare coin discoveries.